We are sitting right on top of that big ball because this is big ball Pilates day. So we are going to start right there, but let's go ahead and bring our knees in so that they're right out in front of your hip bones and your ankles are right underneath that, and just feel how that feels to you, that nice alignment. Lengthen out through the top back side of your head, not by popping your ribs up, by keeping your ribs down, but lifting tall as if you're sitting up out of your sit bones. I almost want you to feel as if you're almost standing up, but you're not quite, right? But feel that lift as if your glutes have squeezed underneath you just a little bit. Pull those abs in. And then what I'd like you to do is just widen your stance. So that wide stance during class will give you a little more stability if you need it. That medium stance is kind of your home base. And then bring those ankles and knees and big toes to touch. And that is your more challenging position. Smaller base of support, less stable, extra challenge. All right, let's go back to our home base and just start a little bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. So we're going to start this morning with a little bit of a cardio warm-up. Let's go ahead and relax those shoulders out of our ears, lengthen those arms, and then we're going to try a little out and in with your feet. So for now, you're just staying on the ball. If you wanted to add a little upper body, it's as if you're sitting doing a jumping jack. So getting some bouncing, good for our lymph system, which doesn't have its own pump. So we are pumping the lymph. Now, if you wanted, woo, you could get a little air. But as always, you have to promise me that you're going to stay on the ball today, right? So if getting that air seems as if the ball is moving and it's not there when you sit back down, then don't do that, please. A little bit more. And relax. Woo. Hopefully that elevated your heart rate a little bit. So sit again right on top of that ball. Take your right knee or right foot and pull it back. Take your left leg straight out in front of you, but try not to on your ball. Stay nice and tall. Go ahead and put your hands down as needed. Lift that left leg off the ground and find that one-legged balance if that's okay with you. Point the leg, flex the foot, point and flex. So I should see your toes on camera, not way down here, up here. There we go, but not rounding if you can help it. Last cue, last one, point the toes, open, close. Leg in line with the other leg. So I'm trying to keep both thighs at the same height. Sitting tall, using your arms to press into the ball if you need to sit tall. Last two, the last one, leave the leg out, bend it 1 inch, reach, and bring it down. Hopefully you felt that in that quadricep. We're going to walk over a little bit without stumbling off our ball so that we can take that left leg a little bit behind us and tuck the hip forward to get a little bit of a stretch on that quad and that hip flexor. And then we'll come on back through center. We're going to put that left foot on the ground, center it, extend that right leg, point it, flex it, and lift it, point it, flex it. Good, trying to get it right at the same height as your other thigh, pressing into the ball so that you're not slumping and rounding into that back. Good, shoulders out of your ears. Good, last two. Last one, point the toe open and close. Now that'll also throw your balance off a little bit as you're taking that lever off to the right. Just a little extra challenge there for the balance. Hold the leg out, bend it, straighten it, reach, and reach. Woo! Bring it down. Shift your weight over. Tuck that right leg behind you, tuck the hip under, feel that stretch down that hip flexor and into your quadricep. And then we're going to come right back to center. We're going to find that home-based position with our feet the same distance apart as our knees, which are hip distance. We're going to walk those feet forward so that we can just slowly shift our weight. Your knees want to end up right over your heels, and you're maybe at a 45-degree angle with your upper body. Shoulders out of your ears. Lift those arms up over your head and feel that challenge on your abdominals. Shoulders back and down, holding here, reaching through your fingers. Hopefully you feel this in your abs. You may feel this some in your quads. And then bring the arms down. Inhale, lift them up, hold 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, down. Pull your abs in. Inhale, lift. Reach down, lift and hold. Reach down. 2 more, reach. Back down, last time, reach. And back down, hold where you are. Good. Abs drawn in, lift your leg off the ground. Other leg, just a little teeny lift. Good. All right, lift your left leg, extend it, lift your right arm. All that comes down. Other direction, right leg, left arm, and down. And just keep alternating. So we're really working our balance this morning. But your abs, of course, are working the whole time, I sure hope. About 1 more round. Nice. And then you're just going to roll forward a little bit more so the ball is underneath your low back. Or roll backwards, sorry. The ball is underneath your low back and your upper body. 2 peace sign fingers to the edges of your skull. Support your skull, but you're not rounding and lifting that chest. Allow the head to nod yes and drop back just the tiniest bit. On the exhale, pull your ribs against the ball to lift your torso up just a little bit. You're not going all the way up. And then inhale back up and over and exhale to close. Inhale to lift. Exhale, close. Inhale, lift. Or sorry, exhale to close. Inhale up and over. Head is nodded yes, so I'm keeping it in place the whole time. Option, when you come up, can you lift the knee? So adding that little balance, but if that really is not working for you, if that takes away from the upper body movement, then don't do it. Beautiful, last 2, last 1, stay lifted, come 2 inches higher, drop down a little bit with your booty so you're back into a little bit more of a 45-degree angle. Check that your knees are right over your heels, twist to one side, but don't let that back arm come across. Open center, other way, and center, and twist, and center. Shh. 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 And we're rolling all the way back up to sit on top of that ball for a moment. Roll your shoulders out of your ears. Extend your booty back and lengthen forward. Stretch that spine. It's not rounded, it's still flat. So I'm pressing down on my shins to get that extension. Shoulders up out of your ears. Quick preview for the last one. You guys have done this with me before. I'm going to go sideways so you can see a little bit better. In a minute, you're going to go, oops, I'm going to run into my wall here. In a minute, you're going to roll all the way out so that ball is underneath your head, but not underneath your hips. You'll lift those hips, and that might be enough. Or you can walk the ankles and the knees to touch, and that will add that extra challenge. Make sure the booty doesn't drop. Keep it lifted. If you want the last challenge, then you separate your feet again, try and lift the foot, alternating if you can do that, try and extend the leg. If you can do that, lift the leg to the sky, point the toe. And if you can do that, lift the leg up and draw me a circle with the foot. So give that a whirl as you're ready. I'm going to talk you through it. You want to start by just walking out. Hips off the ball, torso on the ball. From there, your first challenge is to walk the ankles and the knees together. You're lying down. We walked out. Hello, all the way up, booty up. There we go. Head is on the ball, booty is off the ball. Walk your ankles and your knees to touch. If that's enough, stay there. For more challenge, walk those feet back out hip distance and try and lift a foot at a time, just a foot at a time. If that works, lift a knee at a time. If that works, lift a leg at a time. And if that works, lift your leg all the way up in the air, draw me a circle, reverse your circle. So you have lots of options here. Just make sure you're alternating your feet so that you're nice and even. Beautiful. And then let's come on back, roll your way up to a seated position. Last thing we'll try from here is our little balance. So you want to sit on top of the ball and then see, you need to go this way, see if you could lift your feet off the ground and your hands. And then just hang out. If you can do that, you can try tuck and forward, feet stay up, tuck and forward. You can do that with your feet off the ground, you try side to side. And if you can do both of those, then you'll try that circle, feet off the ground. Woo-hoo. Speaking of Hawaii, doing a little, hula. Couldn't think of the word. Good. So lots of variations there. And then relax. All right. We worked our booty a little bit just a second ago when we did that last one trying to lift our leg. And we're going to do that now again, but we're going to come from a lying down position. So mosey your way down to the ground, please. Lie down and put your heels on the ball. Take a moment, just stretch your arms over your head. Let the ribs pop up. Little passive relaxation and stretch here. And then bring your hands above your shoulders and pull your ribs down, pull your abs in. So neutral spine. There's a tiny little gap under my low back, but my ribs are pulled in. For more ease, separate your feet. For more challenge, bring your feet together. And then hands down on the mat, just lift your hips. If that's good enough, that's where you're staying. If you want more, you're going to lift those arms. If you want to just work the hamstrings, you could roll in and out. Or you can try a little balance by lifting your right leg up to the sky and then lowering it 2 more times. And then doing the same with the left leg. So that's going to allow that opposite glute and hamstring to work. But you're keeping your booty lifted. You're in a straight line from your shoulders to your toes. You're not sinking at the hips. You're not lifting in the spine. And then when you're ready, allow that to drop down. Next round, you can stay here, or you can roll the ball in and put your feet on the face of the ball. And then again, you'll lift those hips. That might be good enough, balancing there, or bring your feet together and try that balance. You could do a little roll in and out, or most challenge would be to go ahead and lift those one leg up and lift and lower it 3 times this time. The rest of your back doing the best it can to stay in a nice straight line. And then when you have completed that round, whether it's level 1 or 2, drop your hips, but leave the ball where it is. Feel free to stay there. Or for round 3, roll the ball in even closer so it almost touches your hamstrings. Heels are at the top of the ball. And then as you're ready, press the heels down to lift the hips up. So again, bigger challenge. Heels together for more challenge. Arms in the air for that wobbly bobbly challenge. Or maybe hands back down, lift and lower one leg at a time. 4 times. You could even roll in and out with the opposite leg at the same time. And then, of course, switch. And then we'll all go back to that starting point. Legs extended on the ball, arms overhead, taking a little quick break here. And then as we exhale and bring our arms overhead, we pull those ribs down, make that rib to hip connection, a little bit of space under that low back. Hands by your side. Option to keep them an inch or so off the ground or to keep them down. Feet together for more challenge or a little apart for less challenge. All right, here we go into a round of hamstrings plus glutes. Lift your hips in your bridge. Roll the ball in, press it away. Hold it here, knees in, drop your hips, lift your hips, drop, lift. Keep your knees together. Good, roll the ball out, lower your hips, listen up. Left foot on the top of the ball, right knee in, extend it straight up, lift up again, roll the ball in and out. Keep everything where it is, ball, left leg in, right leg extended, hips down, up, down, up, down, up. Everything relaxed, first position, arms overhead. Woo! Arms back to shoulder level, ribs down, hands by your side, left knee in, extended up in the air, hips off the ground, right leg in and out. Leave the right knee in, left leg pointed to the sky, hips go down and up and down, up. And relax, legs out, arms overhead. We have one last round. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands overhead, ribs down, lift up, legs together this time. Make sure your big toes are touching, your knees are touching. So we'll get that medial part of the hamstring roll in and out. Keep going. Almost there. All right, roll in, lift your hips way up and drop, lift, drop, lift. Two more. Ow, relax. Ow, ow, ow. Roll the ball underneath your left leg over to the left. Hug your right knee in. Bring it to your right shoulder. Woo. And then bring that leg back through center. Left leg comes back through center. Hug the right knee in nice and close. Pull it slightly across to the left side. Deeper stretch on that outer hip. Press it open. Roll the ball in. Figure 4 stretch. And then finally, grab your right big toe with your right hand, pull it back through center, and then extend that leg. Now, most of us are going to have to let go of that right toe and that spine. Pull that leg in, point it, flex it, point it, flex it, and bend it, and put it next to the left one. Ah, relief. Ball goes under that right leg, left knee way over to your left side, give that a little stretch. And then we're gonna pull it back over to the left, to the right. Left goes to the right, deeper outer hip stretch. Thread the needle as you bring everything back through center. Press the left knee open, roll the ball closer for a deeper outer hip stretch. And then grab that left big toe with your left hand, bring it into your chest, extend it up to the sky, and as you're ready, straighten out that leg. If you can hold there, that's fine. If you can't, go ahead and let go. Let's point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, and relax. All right. I feel like the lower body has gotten quite a bit of work already, so let's move to our abdominals. Just grab that ball with your hands, please. Feet on the ground, shoulders press against the ground, and then just rest that ball on your knees. Pull your ribs in, back of the neck is long. Exhale, roll the ball up to the tippy tops of your knees. Hold with that chest open. Bring your arms up above you or even over your head if you can without dropping the ball. Exhale, roll back down, deep breath in. Exhale to roll up, inhale, arms up overhead. This is our ab prep. And exhale to roll back down again. So inhaling at the bottom to prepare, exhaling to roll up, inhale to lift, and exhale down. Now, if you want to play a little game with yourself, when your arms come overhead, you take the ball, drop it, catch it, and then come back down. There really isn't a lot of added value other than a little bit of coordination and some play. Play. Good. All right, next time you come up, let's stay up. Lift those legs into tabletop. Put the ball on those knees. Roll it forward just an inch. And then extend arms and legs. Ball on your knees. Roll it forward an inch to challenge yourself. And extend. Ball to knees. Roll and extend. When you extend, you're not letting your upper body roll down. You're staying at that same height. Good. One more. Ball rolls forward an inch. Back to center. Hold here. Extend through the arms. Extend through the legs. Can you drop the arms farther? Can you reach the toes farther? Sink the belly button in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs on the ground. Place that ball so that you can squeeze it with your thighs. And you may have to hold the ball in place, especially if you're wearing slippery fabric. But you should feel your inner thighs engaged. Flatten your ribs for me. Back of the neck is long. Squeeze the ball a little tighter and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax the squeeze. Exhale, squeeze, hold 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax the squeeze. 2 more like that. Exhale, squeeze, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, relax and squeeze, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. You should have felt not only your inner thighs, but your lower abs. And now just bring your legs up. And now you're holding that ball between your knees and your thighs. Hands hover. Back of the neck is long, nod yes. Flex through your heels. Exhale, squeeze the ball as you lower it away from you. And then on the inhale, very slowly bring it back up. So you're going to exhale, lower the ball towards the ground, pull your abs in, and bring it back up on the inhale, nice and slowly. So this is basically our toe touch exercise. What you're being really aware of is that as you lower those legs, your abs stay flat, your low back stays the same distance from the ground. You're making sure that your chin is tucked and lengthening out the back of the neck. Beautiful. As your legs come up, let's move that ball to your ankles if you want a longer lever. If that's going to be too much on your low back, stay with bent knees. Otherwise, try that straight leg, lower and lift. Shoulders out of your ears, shoulder blades engaged with the floor. 2 more. Nice job, you guys. And relax for a moment. Just let the legs rest on the ball, soles of the feet together, and thighs facing the ceiling. Use your hands to press open that butterfly stretch. Just let this be relaxed. I mean, you can certainly bring it closer if you have that flexibility, but let's just try and make this kind of relaxed for now. We have another round with the ball between our legs like that. So again, short lever means knees are bent and ball is here. And let's start there. Let's bring the arms into a T position. We're going to start with a pendulum side to side. And then if and when you're ready, when the ball goes to one side, you rotate the opposite leg a little higher. So when my knees go to the left, my right knee rotates on top. When the knees go right, my left knee rotates. If you want that longer lever, legs are straight, pendulum, or adding on that rotation. And eventually, whether you've chosen to be in a bent knee position, you're going to make circles, opposite directions, right? Or straight legs. Just make sure you reverse your circle every time, kind of like a corkscrew, kind of like a double leg circle. Make sure your circle goes above you, not too far out in front. So you want to include all the points. It goes in front, but it goes to the side, but it comes over you also, right? The farther you go to the side, the more those obliques have to work. And then relax. All right, we're going to bring that ball up to us. Shoulders out of your ears. Tuck your knees under the ball and bring the ball onto your ankles. 2 options here, rocking side to side if you have low back issues or osteoporosis, or curling up into a little ball if you can, or rolling like a ball, balancing when you get to the top before you roll again, creating that rounded spine so you have something to roll on. And next time you come up, go ahead and put that ball out in front of you. Knees are going to stay bent for a moment, hands on top of the ball. Press down on the ball to elongate your spine and then shift forward. And then you're going to know whether or not you can pull those glutes out from under you and start to straighten those legs in spine stretch, but we don't want a spine slump, right? So we're pressing down to lift tall and hinging forward to reach. Pressing down to elongate that spine and reaching forward and pressing down and reaching forward. Back of the neck is long. Again, we're not sitting into our hips. We're pressing out of our hips and elongating. Maybe roll those thumbs to the side. Pull your shoulders out of your ears. Retract the shoulder blades and yet lengthen forward. And then sit up. Beautiful. Okay. Here comes our little challenge. You're going to need to have some space out in front of you. So I'm going to back up quite a bit. If you are on a sticky mat, you'll probably be okay. But if you're on a mat with some height, you probably want the ball off of the mat. So we're going to start in a crunchy position with our elbows on our thighs and the ball up against our face. So you want everything as close together as possible. Because we're going to roll up, we're going to roll over our kneecaps onto the fronts of our thighs. That's important. I don't want you on your kneecaps. Toes up in the air. Straighten your arms. Drop your chest. you're in a plank, and then you're going to pull your belly button into pike halfway back, just halfway back. So you plank it out, toes in the air, arms straight, and pull back, reaching forward and pulling back. And reaching forward, tuck that booty in and pull back. And let's do 4 more like that, please. Nice, really reach it out. On that last one, go into that plank, walk your elbows back about 2 inches, and see if you can challenge yourself to go a little farther. Arms straight, booty under, ribs in, arms extended, head in line, and roll it back. Roll the ball underneath you, so you can flop. This should be supporting your low back and giving you a nice stretch there. All right, from there, you're gonna widen your feet so that they are wider than your mat, if you have one, and straighten your legs. The ball should come underneath your low abdominals, your rib cage, hands on the ball, press up into spine extension. Nice stretch, let that low back relax, but pull the belly button in. And let's relax down and do that one more time. From there, let go with your hands or leave your pinkies there, your little fingers lifting up, or your palms lifting up, fingers in the ball, or bring your hands by your sides. Shoulders out of your ears, give them a squeeze, and then allow your body to shift forward and up. Working those glutes and hamstrings, but mostly that low back. You can put your hands there and see if those muscles are working, but don't let those shoulders collapse forward. That's why I like to leave my hands reaching to help my shoulders stay open. And then you're gonna bring your hands forward. You're gonna come forward enough that your tailbone, your hips are the highest point of your body. Then bring those feet together and lift those legs. So we're working the same area of the body, but in a reverse hyperextension. Good. Put the feet on the ground and straighten your arms. So we're going to do some Pilates push-ups. I want you to make sure your hands are under your shoulders, not way out here. Because in a Pilates push-up, our elbows are going to go backwards. Roll your shoulders out of your ears and look down and make sure that the back of your hand, your wrist, is at least 7 inches in front of the ball, right? So you're going to need some space. When you are ready, you're going to launch yourself up into a plank. So those legs need to come off the ground. You're going to bend the elbows backwards, allow the upper body to come down the same amount the lower body goes up. So that ball is a fulcrum and you are a seesaw, right? So you don't want to break at the hips. You want your head and your heels to stay in the same line the whole time. If you need more challenge, your hands go a little farther forward. The ball rolls a little lower on your body. So it might be more under your hips or even under your thighs. Elbows are still bending backwards because again, we're working those triceps. Really press through those triceps when you come up. Get those arms nice and straight. Hopefully you are starting to shake a little bit. I am. And then we get to flop. Ugh. And then you're going to come out of that flop and find that same position. Now that ball is underneath my lower part of my hips now and a little bit on my, or mostly on my thighs. And we're going to go into that plank. Checkpoints. Head is not hanging down. It's not going, it's in line with your spine. Shoulders are out of your ears. Shoulders are broad, so you can broaden that stance now with your hands. They're not rounded, they're back and down, tucking them into your hip pockets. Your ribs are pulled in, your abs are pulled in, your knees are straight. We have a tendency to get floppy in the legs. Extend through the legs, press that floor away. You are welcome to stay there, or for more challenge, again, you walk your hands forward, drag the ball lower, so it comes maybe underneath your knees or starting to come underneath your shins. Press the floor away, bring your head in line with your spine, put your belly button in, tuck your booty under a little bit, reach through your thighs, be strong through the legs, lift those quads. If you want more, walk the hands farther forward, drag that ball all the way under your shins, maybe even all the way to your ankles, head in line with your spine, push the floor away, belly button pulled in, abs pulled in, reaching through those legs, strong through that body. Keep it going. And when you are ready to come out of it, you can flop again. All right, last little exercise from this prone position is an attempt at a Superman, but it's also that same balance that we did earlier in class from a different direction. So you're going to see, could you get all four limbs off the ground? Your face will get close to the floor at some point. Don't let it meet the floor, please. No face plants. So find that magic place where the length in your legs and the length in your arms can allow you to hang out. Might not look like a full-on Superman. If you want to alternate, you could do one hand on the ground and extend the other leg, more like a bird dog. If that feels like it would be more valuable to you, you could even put the opposite leg down. Or you can just try light fingers and no toes. Or you can try all four limbs. And when you feel like you have accomplished your superness, take a break, please. Very nice. All right, and now we're going to come to a seated position. Ball out in front of us as it was earlier. We're going to lift that ball up. Then we're going to bring our feet back into alignment. So big toes are going to touch, knees are going to touch, abs are in. Rest that ball on your knees for a second. Check your upper body, lift up out of it, lift and pull your ribs in, roll back and pull your belly button in. Bring your ribs down and in. Lift that ball up. And then here's our challenge. Can you lift that ball over your head? Exhale to lower it and come up. Give it a little lift. Inhale. Exhale, lower it, hinge back, give it a little lift. Exhale, lower and up and lift. Hinge. Ball is always low when you're moving and it's high at the top and the back. Very nice. A few more here. Good. Come up. Take a little break. Just rest the ball there. Back into our spine stretch. Pressing tall, hinging forward. Pressing tall and hinging forward. And then we're going to roll back and we're just going to do one more thing from that position, and that's our roll down rotation. So we're going to hinge back in that roll down, pull those ribs and abs in, and then side to side with that ball, please. What are your knees doing? Be aware if your knees are going, what? That's a lot of hip movement. So try to keep the knees together. Nice work, everyone. And sit up. All right. Okay, a little bit of sideline work. So we're going to come up onto our knees with the ball to our right. We're gonna lean on that ball. So it's underneath our rib cage. We're gonna take that top leg, your left leg, and straighten it out. Back leg behind you. All right, so a little bit of support with that right hand to start with to lift yourself up. So working those obliques. When you're ready for a little more, lift that top arm. If you can, take your bottom arm, put it on your shoulder. If you want more challenge, bring your top arm slightly over your head and your bottom arm out. Beautiful. Stay up on this last one. Lift both arms as high as you can. Lift, lift, lift. Lower the top arm. Can you get your hands together? Reach. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, bring that down. Top arm is going to come up and over, and that should help stretch out the area of the low back and the obliques that you just worked. And then we are rolling over to the other side, please. So that ball comes to your left hip. Lean into it. Right leg on top, left leg behind. Use that bottom arm for support initially. Top arm up if you can. Bottom arm on your shoulder if that would work. Can you bring that top arm a little more overhead? Can you bring the bottom arm out? Beautiful work, everyone. Good. Stay here. Lift up. Bottom arm up. Top arm down. Hands together if possible. Hold. 4, 25, 38. And relax. Top arm up and over, and that again should help stretch out that area we just worked. All right, we're gonna stay on this side, but we're gonna put our bottom hand down. And then we're gonna try, so we've got support now, to stack our hips. So left hand right underneath you, straight arm. So we're lining up bone on bone. Shouldn't have to be a lot of work on those muscles, therefore. Abs drawn in, hips are stacked, top leg comes up, try to get it to hip height. From there, turn your toes down, bring it slightly behind you, that should throw your balance off a little bit, and then we lift 1 or 6 inches and lift. Small movement, toe is down, heel is up, so we're getting those rotators. Good. Good, bring that leg in a foot flexed position in front of you, kick, kick, reach to the toes. Kick, kick, and reach. Kick, kick, and reach. Kick, kick, reach. One more like that. Kick, kick, reach. Behind you, toe down. Lift the heel, lift the heel, lift the heel, lift the heel. Bring that down. All right. Just relax for a second. We are headed to the other side. That was just a semi-playful way to get there. All right, right hand on the ground this time. You're up and over that ball. Hips are stacked. Right arm is nice and straight. Left leg comes up. Bring it behind you slightly. Turn your toes down. Lift with the heel and lift and lift. So I'm really pressing. I had a tendency to drop into the shoulder. Lift up out of that shoulder. Beautiful. Leave that hip and heel in line. Bring it in front of you. Kick, kick, and reach. Kick, kick, and reach. Inhaling, kick, kick, and reach. Side kick, reach, reach. Good. Kick, kick, and reach. One more. Kick, kick, reach. Toe down, heel up, behind you, and lift. And lift. Beautiful. All right. Turn, drop, Ball is behind you, knees are wide, and I'm in a little squatty position here. So options here. Option 1, open your arms, get a chest stretch. Option 2, drop your head onto the ball. Option 3, lift your hips, roll back so the head is supported by the ball, lift the hips. Chest open. If you do not get vertigo or have any other issues, you could allow that head to drop backwards up over the ball, only if that's okay with your body. And that should give you a beautiful stretch across your chest. And of course, a little bit of an inversion. When you're ready to come out of it, nod your head yes, tuck your chin, and as you come up, you're also rolling the ball backwards so it ends up underneath your bootay, and you are sitting nice and tall. All right. Whew. We're going to finish with a little stretch. You are on the ball, so keep in mind we're going to use our hands to help stabilize that ball. You're going to take that right leg, cross it up and over, so for a thread the needle, and then sit up into the ball. Open that right leg, drop the knee open, and that might be all you need. If you want more, push the hips back and hinge forward. Deep stretch on the outside of that right hip. I feel it. And sit up. Right foot down, left leg comes across, press up into the ball, sit tall, drop that left knee open, and hinge if you want. Flex through that left foot, please. And sit tall once more. Let's scoot our hips over to the right. Left hand goes down the ball, up and over, side stretch. And bring that up. And we're going the other way, please. And bring that up. Shoulders roll out of your ears, wide stance. Lift up, press the chest open, allow that spine to arch as if you're doing a cow. And then exhale, tuck and round, kitty cat stretch. And then one more time to the cow. And one more time, rolling through that spine to the cat. Sit up, find neutral spine, hands to your heart. Thank yourself for being here. Thank you all for being here. And if you would like one more trivia, meet me at the computer, please.